course at St. Andrews.
I can't believe it was established in 1552, and it's just a pleasure to play. 7 shared greens. If you want to sort of do the maths on that, know exactly where you are. The shared greens will always add up to 18. For example, if you're on the second, it'll share it with the sixth. And there is 4 greens that aren't shared at all. That's 1, 9, 17, and 18. But just an absolute pleasure, and it's actually fun to play the course.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. That's an absolute beauty.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Frank, on the second shot here at this first hole, a player will get a good sense of the winds here and how they can play a role at the old course.
And they'll also get a good sense of exactly how punishing this golf course can be, and with such the smallest things. For example, that burn is only about 3 or 4 yards across, and yet it is punishing, to say the least.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Even par early on. Looking to make a move. This putt for birdie. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with a prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but the left is always the safe side of the golf course, because the best line to play your second shot from is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
Well, this one has a chance to be really good. And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. What a display of shot making this has been, Frank.
Oh, that incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
Chance to get it close here. Frank, one of the unique characteristics of the old course is that only the 1st, 9th, 17th, and 18th holes have their own greens.
Yeah, there's 7 double greens out there, and double greens, they all add up to the number 18. So if you're on the 5th, it's adjoined by the 13th, or the 6th is the 12th. As well as there's a whopping 112 bunkers, and believe me, they're all in play.
They each have their own name, all 112?
Pretty much so, yeah. There's a few with, there's the Beardies and the Corpse and the Principal's Nose. There's some that do stand out, but none of them are very inviting, that's for sure.
And the Road Hole bunker, that's one of the most famous in the world. Not very big.
No, it's probably the size of a couple of tables. It's not quite as deep as it was. That bank is a little less severe now than it used to be in years gone by. Probably so they can save a bit of sand, because it gets a bit of excavation day in, day out.
At the 3rd hole now, Frank, it looks relatively easy, but there's some danger lurking somewhere out there on the old course.
There is. There's the pot bunkers down the right side. This is a tee where really you want to have an idea where that wind is coming from. If it's into your face, you might want to be a little cautious and go towards the middle of the golf course. But if it's behind you, well, then it's worth challenging that right side. Winding this one up. Does he have the power, though? That is burning through the atmosphere. Look at that thing. It's got a tail on it.
Yeah, that's like a rocket ship. That one was launched by NASA. Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it. That's a ginormous tee shot.
Kidding me? Come on, you can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his 2nd shot here. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
And getting ready for the putt. Makes the putt and goes to 1 under. Clean this up with a tap. No problems early. Looks good.
It does look good. This bodes well. We might be in for a very, very low round today.
At the 4th hole now, and Frank, this one looks as though it might require a little bit of club selection off the tee. What are we looking at, partner?
Well, there is 2 ways to play the 4th off the tee. You can hit it down the right side, but it really starts to narrow up and it's slightly shorter. Most players go towards the middle of the golf course and try and get it on that plateau. But this, certainly the first hard hole you see at St. Andrews. Well, a hard hole after that tee shot has now become an easy hole.
It's the great equalizer. When you can drive the golf ball, Frank, just like that, boy, it opens up so many avenues, and he'll have plenty to choose from here. Looks good. Chance to make a birdie. 115 to the hole. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. This is a good-looking shot. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. 3 under on the day. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Now 2 to the good side. Chance here at the par 5 fifth, Frank, to make a little move early in the round.
Yeah, it's certainly eagles galore. The fifth hole is one of the biggest greens on the golf course, shared with the 13th. So good tee shot, and you have a nice big target, even though it's a blind second shot coming up. You know, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Well, no other way to say it, Frank. That's just an awful shot.
Bad.
Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Oh, bring the hammer, why don't you? Setting up an eagle opportunity. He's set up for his third shot here, looking to get it on the green with this. Locked in on the read and the speed. thought he made that. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Opportunity missed right there.
See if it works for you.
He can really get red hot with a putter. Let's see what McIlroy does.
I can't hear you though. Through this. No.
I can't hear you either.
You have to like that. 4 under.
Welcome user. Welcome user. You can hear us?
In for par. Now to the 374-yard par 4/6. Another scoring opportunity.
Yeah, just be very careful of the wind conditions here, because that'll affect the strategy off the tee, but bunkers left and right to be avoided.
Good tee shot right in the short grass.
What a great shot.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank getting set for this approach shot. Our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. Good swing, good shot yet again. Settles in over the putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. He has this putt for birdie. -3 now for the round. Back here at the Open Championship on the 7th hole here at the old course.
Yeah, blind tee shot. This is one hole that really does advantage the long hitter. They can get it very close to this green, but this green has got some amazing undulations in it.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. And it generates some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Getting set now over the putt. Well, that just brings a smile to your face, puts a little pep in the step when you make them from downtown. This is a 13-footer. It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now to the par 3-8. Frank, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, for these players, straight at the flag. This is the first par 3 you'll see, and a good chance to make 2 coming up ahead. But we do see a lot of long putts here with an errant tee shot.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I'd say.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
It's 180 yards now to the flagstick. Frank, this has been impressive. Game plan, stuck to it, hitting some quality shots.
He's really done his homework on the golf course, swinging well, and well, there's a few holes to go too. And this round could get even better.
Eyeing this putt for a birdie. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Starting to really play well, -5. And Frank, the Open Championship coming back to the home of golf this summer.
Yeah, and remember too, the last time it was here, Louis Oosthuizen at the 9th hole, he had no problem driving this par 4. So let's see if you can do the same. If you can carry that last bunker down there, there's every chance that your tee shot can run onto this very flat green. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Looks to be putting everything into this one. Just destroyed it. Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin.
Just smokes it.
Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Rolling, rolling, rolling the rock, Frank.
Oh, and yet another birdie, Rich. Beautiful stroke.
Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. We're just playing a nice round of golf. Has that one for par, and now at 5 under par. Setting up to start the back 9 here, and if it's anywhere near as good as the front 9, Frank, he'll be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Gave that the full treatment. Get up. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Lengthy putt here of 27 feet. Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. These putts keep the round together. 8 under on the day. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. That finds the bottom of the cup. We'll call that a birdie. Frank, what are we looking at here at the famed par 3 11th at the Old Course?
Well, the most difficult, there is only 2 par 3s here at the Old Course, and this one's called high, elevated green, and you've got to fly that bunker that protects the front of the green. That's called the Strath bunker. Really take anything on this green. You make a 2 here, you'll make a move on the field.
Appears to be tracking well. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man.
This is pretty good, Rich. Maybe just a touch right.
Good chance here. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Rory McIlroy looking to take advantage with this putt. 9 under for the round. Just a couple of feet. Well done. Frank, the charm of St. Andrews, the history of the Old Course, it all sort of comes into view here at the 12th, doesn't it?
Yeah, very pretty hole. Eden Estuary to the right. Obviously a nice view of the township of St. Andrews in the distance. But long hitters can just lick their chops and have a crack at this green. All they've got to do is worry about that little pop bunker short. But either into the breeze, or if you're not a long hitter, you've got to worry about those 4 bunkers that are well placed smack bang in the middle of this fairway.
What a display of power and precision off the tee. On the green here on the par 4 in 1. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Pretty good effort right there.
Now it's at sneaky distance.
Oh, you hate to miss from that distance. For birdie. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace, it's hard to be critical of that.
Keeping pace. Good stuff right there. 6 under par. Always like to get the double figures under par. 10 under already. Moving on now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers, the first one is called nicks, and then the other two up ahead, once again, they're called the coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you will actually have a full view of this green. Left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot. Grab the fire extinguisher, put out that ball is on fire. It's melting going through the air.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Still from 141 yards out, it's a green light special. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Count that for a birdie. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, what's the strategy here at the 14th?
If you can't go for this par 5 and 2, Rich, there is another option where you can go left. And I mean left of left. That's down the 4th fairway. That's across the Elysian Fields, as they call it, which is a set of sort of hummocks that run down the middle. And you can find a flat lie there and come across at about a 45-degree angle for your third shot to 14.
This is some drive. I'm reminded of the old Phillies baseball announcer, Harry Callis, who used to say, "That ball is out of here."
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Setting up for an approach shot here. Down, little Sheba, down! Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. So a tester from 4 feet. Mark that as a birdie on the card. Frank, one of the things I always loved about links golf is that you're not aiming at a flagstick or a tree, but sometimes you're aiming for a steeple in the distance, and this is a good example here at the 15th.
Yeah, the church steeple is the exact line off the tee. That gives you sort of the center of the fairway. Really, you don't have to be overly bold off the tee. This is about just finding a nice flat lie for that second shot, because this is another difficult green that's well protected by just one little bunker that's in the front left that you don't think comes into play, but if your second shot doesn't land the right distance, more often than not, it just gets swallowed up by that.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway.
It's fine.
Frank, for players looking to improve their putting, what are some of the training methods they can use?
I think speed is always a good one when you get on the putting green and you just practice trying to putt inside that 3-foot circle, because in the end all sports are the same. You're trying to focus in on the destination where that ball has to be delivered, whether it's tennis inside the court or basketball inside the rim. Putting's no different. As you get further and further away from the hole, then you just make an acceptable size circle that you're trying to putt within. So pace, very important.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
Be safely on deck.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, little change in the attitude right now. You've let one go. You've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Lining this one up for par. They'll take it. That's a par. Headed for home now, partner. The 16th hole, and what are we looking at here?
Well, you have to avoid the principal's nose. Otherwise, you're going to finish up in the principal's office. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Chance to get it close here.
If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. Let's see what the dominant #1 player can do. Rory McIlroy now on the approach shot. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Just 5 feet left. This has a good ring to it. -14. Now at the 17th tee, and Frank, this is really when you begin to feel the weight and the history of the old course bearing down on you.
And you also feel the nerves as well, because you're having to hit it not just at a fairway or over a bush, but over the corner of an out of bounds. And you'll see the sign up there that says Old Course and Country Club. So you've got to pick the exact letter for the line that you want to hit it across. Hit it down the right side. This hole certainly becomes shorter. Left, you find the left and short. You find the road hole bunker. A little right and long, and well, there's a chance of going out of bounds or on the road itself.
Kidding me? Come on, you can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. About 110 yards to the flagstick, and that's where the hole is, right at the bottom of it. Locked in on the read and the speed. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
This will be a birdie if it drops. You always like that. Count it as a birdie. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away. Frank, the 18th hole at the old course, when you stand on the tee, it doesn't look like much, but when you begin to factor in all the history, all the greats who have played, well, then it is quite the hole.
It certainly is. Remember the great putts like Constantina Rocca making it from the front to try and get in a playoff with John Daly, Jack Nicklaus driving the green. It's all been made possible by the ambitious player here. You've got to swing it across the Swilken Burn, out of bounds on the right and beyond the screen, but it is reachable. But the mere mortals, they'll aim a little left. They'll aim at the clock face on the R&A building.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Just want to nestle this one down to within a couple of feet. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. 10-foot putt left. Pretty good putt, Frank. Just didn't quite read it correctly.
Yeah, would have certainly liked that to go in.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. Frank, you have to like what you saw out there today.
I certainly did. Swing is excellent right now. Stroke, there's nothing wrong with that. Really, just it's a case of getting out of your own way. I mean, the opportunities ahead now, chance to win, just they have to be so motivating.